Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, I will be sharing with you my experience kung paano ako kinuha or paano ako nag-apply ng Japan visa in the Philippines. So keep on watching. So first things first. I applied for Japan visa. Main purpose of me coming to Japan or going to Japan is to visit my husband, who is currently working in a military base in Okinawa. So basically the visa category that I'll be applying for is visiting relatives, friends of US personnel or military personnel under SOFA status. So, ano yung mga requirements and our preparations prior to the going to the agency, at ano yung mga documents na dala namin. SOFA status. Ano yung SOFA status? So actually, if you are a military personnel or a private or a contractor working under the US government, you will fall under a SOFA status visa. So SOFA means Status of Forces Agreement. This means, and this is the agreement between the host country, which happens to be Japan, and a foreign nation, which is the United States of America, stationing a military forces in Japan. So my husband is under a private contractor, but still they would still have a SOFA. They will still be included or covered sila nung SOFA status agreement, since they will be working for the US government just under a private contractor. So yung sa akin, before we decided to go to the agency, we already checked online on what to have para when we get to the agency, kompleto na yung lahat ng documents namin. So we checked the website of Japan Embassy in the Philippines, and there you can see all the necessary documents or the requirements that you need para sa application ng visa nyo. So under the SOFA status, you will see there first a Philippine passport. It should be at least 6 months and still have at least two pages that are blank available in your passport. Second, you need to have a visa application form. You can download it in the Japanese embassy website, or when you go to the agency, a travel and tour agency that are only accredited. These are the agencies. There are a list of agencies or accredited agencies that the Japan embassy allows to process the visa in your behalf. So you can get this visa application form when you go to the agency. They will give it for free. So this is how it looks like. So first, you have to have a photo, which is a 2x2 picture. The easiest way, really, what I did was I just went to a Photoshop, and there, alam na nila, mayroon na silang specifications on kung ano yung country na pupuntahan nyo. They already know the sizes of the picture for visa application. So for this one, the photo should be at least 45 millimeter by 45 to 2x2 inches. It should be white background. Yung sa akin, inedit lang yung parang coat na may color siya. And then at the back of the picture, right there your name and your birthday before or sticking it in the application form. And then next, you have to fill in the information, and do not leave any blank space or blank answers. If you don't have anything to put in, then put an A. Also, the agency will be checking your the information in your visa application form. So just in case there are like things that you need to alter or things that you need to answers that you need to change, they will be telling you on what to put in it, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, next is birth certificate. You should provide your birth certificate. So what we need is a PSA or a Philippine Statistics Authority security paper. I still attach the receipt, because there are some agencies before, or when I applied for other visas before, they have this one of the requirements that all your public documents should be acquired within 2 months. So I just attached the receipt, so if they would like to check kung gaano nakatagal ko nakuha yung document ko, at least they have proof because of the receipt, they have the dates there. Marriage certificate. So I got this from PSA also. So it is in a security paper as well. Oh, just in case that you don't have a record in the PSA for your birth certificate and your marriage certificate, you can still go to your local registry's office to get a certification that just to certify that you have all those records already. This marriage certificate also serves as the proof of relationship that is also required in applying for a visa, because like me, I'm under a sponsor, what do you call that, a sponsorship type of visa. Next, you need to have a daily schedule in Japan. So when you go to the agency, they will also give you a sample on how the schedule of stay would look like. So it looks like this. But what I did was I type in all the schedule that I have for 30 and for 90 days, because I am applying for a 90-day visa to stay in Japan. So what I did, I used my computer and open and do it in Excel. So I have this, the schedule of stay, I have the date, the activity plan, the contact, and the accommodation. So you really don't have to be like super itemized, like this time, starting from this time to a specific time you will be in this area. No, all you have to do is just to do a day-by-day activity. It doesn't mean that if you put it in your schedule of travel or schedule of stay in Japan, that would be your final itinerary. No, this will just show that on those days that you will be staying in the Japan, you will be doing something. So since my husband is working, I put like from Monday to Friday, I wrote there, or from January 14 up to 17, which is Monday to Friday, my husband will be working, so I just put there support family. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, I put like a tour, like in Nakijin Castle remains, and then in Korijima Island. So I tried to search already for like the touristy spots here that you can check within Okinawa, and there I base where we can go every weekend. So ganun lang yun, ulit-ulit lang yung naging parang schedule of activity ko, for as long as I have something written until the 90th day of my stay. And then below that, you put your the date and then your name, and you should put your signature also. The proof of relationship. Usually you have to, it is written there in the website of the Japanese embassy. Proof of relationship, it could be picture, it could be marriage certificate, birth certificate. So what we did is, since we have the marriage certificate, we didn't produce for pictures. So they didn't ask they didn't ask us to send or to give more proofs. because we already have the birth certificate, the marriage certificate. The statement of service. Okay, statement of service only applies for the US or the military personnel. So since my husband is working under a private company, private contractors company, we couldn't give or submit a statement of service. Instead, what we did was we asked his company we requested his company to give us an employment certificate that states that he is working under this company and that he could provide or support me on the duration of my stay here in Japan. And also the company provided a phone number that the embassy could call just in case they have to verify it, and the letter is in the company's letterhead, such as this. So it looks like this. So this is their company logo, and this is the letter from their company. They also provide a copy of his letter of authorization. Next is a passport copy of your sponsor. So we provided also a passport copy of my husband. And next is an invitation letter. An invitation letter can be downloaded also sa website ng Japan Embassy. So it would look like this. So if you would be looking for, because we don't have seal in the Philippines, so if you're applying or even so my husband also works here, but they don't have a seal. Yun yung parang stamp, okay, na nila, or as it serves as their signature. So since we don't have a stamp, all he did was, instead of seal, he signed it here. And then we also have letter of guarantee. Ito yung letter that would, guarantee that he will take care of the expenses of my whole duration here of stay, the return travel expenses, and the compliance with Japanese laws and regulations. Next would be a tax certificate. So US citizens have two forms in submitting their tax. It is in Form 1040 and the W2. So we cannot provide the W2 form, the W2 and the 1040 form. What we did was, tumawag kami sa Japanese Embassy just to confirm what are the other options that we can do since we couldn't provide the Form 1040 and the W2 form. So they were able to explain to us that those forms are necessary because they would only check his capability, if he could provide for me, if he could take care of all the expenses, the time that I will be with him here in Japan. So what we did was, we make a letter. What they suggested was just make a letter explaining why we cannot provide the W2 and the 1040 form for his income tax. And we included his pay slips from the last 3 months. And then that's just it. Hindi na kami, parang ano lang, yung explanation lang talaga ng embassy was just a proof that he is capable enough financially to really support my whole duration of stay here in Japan. So ganun lang kasimple. It is in their requirements that just in case you couldn't provide the document that is needed, at least make a letter explaining why you can provide, why you can't provide the document with your signature and the date. After having all these documents, and we went to Really Agency located in MOA December 27, but unfortunately the agency told us that all applications from December 26 up to the end of December will be processed on January 2. From January 2, when we got there, nung nasa agency na kami, we submitted all the requirements. They scan it. They check everything if it's complete. So we have everything. All the documents that we have on hand or we forwarded to them are complete. They will be giving you a checklist, and then they will make you pay 2,000 pesos for the visa application. After that, they will give you the receipt. And also, by the way, those documents that you will be giving to them will not be returned to you. So make sure also na meron kayong mga copies, because that would be necessary for you also when you pass through the Philippine immigration, just in case you still have all the supporting documents, because you need to show some immigration officers would ask you like, what are you gonna do in Japan? Who are you visiting? Do you have letter of guarantee? Do you have letter of invitation? Do you have your proof of relationship? So all those possibilities that you might need those same documents that you forwarded or submitted for your visa application, might as well have a spare copies with you. So after paying the visa fee of 2,000 pesos, the agency told us that we just have to wait 7 to 15 days, 15 working days, 7 to 15 working days. Our visa will be ready. They cannot disclose any information if you pass or if you failed the visa application. You will only know the result upon claiming your passport in the agency. So the agency will message you if you can claim, if your passport arrived in the agency and you can claim it. So that's the only time that you will be able to know if you got the visa, if you passed the visa or you were denied. So how many days did I wait before I got my visa? They forwarded my visa January 2, and I got a text from them January 6. So, parang ano lang siya, parang naging, for me, it was like a 2 days processing. But when I checked my visa is issued January 3. So it was more of like, it was like the day after they forwarded my application, it got approved. And they have to call me the following Monday to inform me that I already have my passport and I can claim it in the agency. So this is how it looks like. I have a 90 days stay visa. So it was, for me, hindi siya stressful. It's easy and it's very, for me, it was quick. It was fast processing. It was hassle-free and I don't have to worry for anything anymore. So yun lang yan. Yung tip ko din is, before or prior to going to the accredited agency that is near you, make sure that you already done your research. At least you have idea on what to get, or the things that your partner or your relative needs to get from here. You could send it to you like in one sending. Yun bang hindi na din hassle sa kanila. So make sure that you have all those checklists para mas smooth yung processing at yung pag-collect ng mga documents on your behalf and your relatives. So that's it, guys. I hope I helped you and with my experience in processing my visa and coming here, and hopefully next time when I applied for another country or a visa for another country, I would be able to share with you my experience. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe and by hitting the subscribe button below and the notification bell beside it, so you'll get notified whenever we get to upload our new video. Bye!